Namaskar viewers, today this presentation will focus upon humans as sources of information. Viewers, as you know, every human being is a source of information. That source may be a child or an elderly person or anyone, irrespective of caste, creed, religion or race. There are professionals, that means any human being may be a source of information. Then there are professionals like information generators. There are professionals who are involved in activities related to information, like information generators, information gatherers, information processors, information recorders, information disseminators, retrievers, technologists, and these professionals, they earn their livelihood by undertaking information or information related activities. So you have seen that there are professionals who are directly involved in activities related to information, and they undertake all these information related activities to earn their living. At the same time, there are others who are not in information profession, but they are equally important and serve as sources of information. In this presentation, you will understand that information professionals, as well as the ones who are not directly related to information profession, are important sources of information. Now, this slide focuses on human sources and human resources. That means, what is the difference between human source and human resource? We have different types of sources of information, such as documentary source, non-documentary source, printed source, non-printed source. All these sources hold information, and information can be obtained from them whenever the need arises. Similarly, all human beings also have information and usually deliver the same when needed. Thus, they become human source of information. The term human resources mean the people that staff and operate an organization and the personnel employed in any organization. Human resources means the people who are engaged in providing services, who are engaged in any organization to provide services, or who are employed in any organization to do the work and render services. And this term belongs to the field of management as well as to economics. According to the definition, all the staff engaged in, for example, in a library are human resources. And human resources are assets for the organization. Their experience, their qualification, their expertise and knowledge become sources of information. Now we have core information professionals. Core information professionals are professionals whose principal duties are to generate, gather, process, record, disseminate, retrieve information, and provide various types of information services. For example, we have information generators. As the very term indicates, information generator is a person who generates information. Researchers, inventors, innovators, discoverers, thinkers, authors, planners, policymakers, decision makers, judges are some of the examples of information generators because they generate information. All these people know the complete information they have generated, and thus they become good sources of information. And then a researcher is also an information generator because a researcher formulates hypotheses, undertakes research, surveys, observes, thinks, designs and conducts experiments, records the results and finally draws conclusion. Sometimes he or she surveys, tabulates the data, analyzes the tabulated data. All these give rise to new information. You saw then now information generators offer, what do? They, after a great deal of hard work, sometimes lasting for a number of years, for example, a researcher or an inventor develops a new machine, equipment, tool, or something like it. He or she discloses his invention through a patent which contains complete details of the invention. This is what an inventor does, and this is how she generates new information. And another example, an astronomer, while scanning the night sky with his or her telescope, may encounter a comet not seen before. The moment he or she informs the media about his or her finding, information is generated and the world comes to know about it. Similarly, doctors and scientists have of late reported various new variants of coronavirus, and this is how doctors and scientists are generating new types of information. Then industrialists or planners, they generate information about various aspects like employment, development, and the speeches of head of states like prime ministers or presidents, or others in top positions. They also generate information, because whenever head of the state or head of the government addresses public, they try to highlight many new things which they introduced in their governance, new policies, new facilities for the public. All these are considered as new information, or new information is generated. Now, information gatherers, once information has been generated, then information has to be gathered. Reporters, correspondents, detectives, spies, police, compilers, enumerators, they are all information gatherers by profession. All these people receive training for the job they undertake. There are many others in the society who gather information for various purposes. For example, a student may gather information to enrich his or her knowledge. A lawyer gathers information from his client to defend his or her case. A doctor gathers information from his or her patient to diagnose the disease, etc. Now, under information gatherers, a correspondent is a person employed by a news agency, periodical or the like, to gather, report or contribute news, articles, etc. from a distant place. Broadcasting agencies also appoint correspondents. A correspondent is also a reporter who reports from a distant place, usually a foreign country. Then we have compilers. Bibliographers, lexicographers, and reviewers stand prominently among the group of compilers. Compilers are also gatherers of information. A bibliographer gathers the bibliographical details of the documents of his or her interest from numerous sources. Once details are collected, he or she prepares a standard entry for each of the items. The entries are then organized in a helpful sequence, which may be alphabetical, which may be author-wise, subject-wise, or year-wise. Thus, a bibliographer becomes knowledgeable about the subject pertaining to the bibliography and the sources from where the data can be gathered. Who is a lexicographer? A lexicographer first gathers words, phrases, idioms, proverbs of a language from written as well as spoken sources, and then records the meaning and other details of each and every word. In many cases, a lexicographer has to consult experts to fix the meaning of a particular word or phrase. So this way, a lexicographer who is a compiler is an excellent source of information on dictionary compilation. And then you must be knowing, viewers, that nowadays multiple volume encyclopedias are usually available, and multiple volume encyclopedias are usually brought out by renowned publishers, where hundreds of authors contribute articles. And encyclopedia, the ones who prepare encyclopedias, by virtue of their knowledge gained during their work, turned into a mine of information. That means all those who are associated in compilation of contents, all those who are associated in preparation of an encyclopedia are also, they are just mine of information. Then reviewers are also compilers. Reviewer, we mean a professional who authors state-of-the-art reviews, critical reviews. These reviews are totally different from book reviews and depict the overall development of a narrow subject during a particular period, say 1 or 2 years. For this purpose, he or she undertakes a thorough search of relevant literature and compiles a comprehensive bibliography. Therefore, he or she procures the full text and in some cases abstracts of the documents. Then we have enumerators. Viewers, you must have observed that during census, which is conducted once in 10 years in India, a person visits houses and fills up questionnaire asking the head or any other responsible person of the family a number of questions about the family members, their age, their qualifications, their occupations. These people are called enumerators. The information gathered by these people is then processed using powerful computers to generate census reports from various angles. The enumerator becomes a good source of information about the area he or she covers. Then we have information processors. When book, articles, reports, etc. are received for publication, in many cases, plenty of inconsistencies, inaccuracies, redundancies, incompleteness, etc. are observed. To give final shape to the writing, editorial process becomes essential. The editor corrects spelling mistakes, capitalization errors, wrong use of articles, incorrect use of words and punctuation marks, errors in syntax and paraphrasing. Editor removes superfluous sentences, verbose repetitions and inconsistencies, and fills up omissions. In many cases, writing is sent back to the author with the corrections and remarks to get the author's consent. In big publishing houses, there are different types of editors, such as technical editors, style editors, language editors, and the general editors. A technical editor is one who edits technical information. Then we have information recorders. The author and the reporter in most cases are found to be the first recorder of information. Inscribers, engravers, scribes, calligraphers, printers, data entry operators, typists, stenographers, proofreaders, videographers, photographers, painters and sculptors, etc. are other professionals who record information. Then we have information disseminators. Library professionals, documentalists, information officers, extension workers, publishers, representatives of firms, receptionists, consultants, marketing officers, broadcasting professionals, press professionals, advertisers, teachers, doctors, lawyers, and hawkers. All these people know about the activities which they are involved in. For example, a good reference librarian knows thoroughly the collection of a library and the information available in different books. As a result, he can handle any query for information with complete ease. A documentalist, who is also known as a documentation officer, involves herself or himself in a number of activities like acquisition, recording, processing of documents, and dissemination of information by way of supplying photocopies, computerized outputs, translations, bibliographies, and providing current awareness and selective dissemination of information services. At times, they also provide reference services as well. All these activities make him or her a good source of information. Information officers. In certain institutions, documentalists are designated as information officers or information scientists, etc., and they perform the same job as that of documentalists. They perform the same job of what a documentationist or documentation officer does. Then a district information officer may provide you a booklet containing fairly good information about the district. Then the person may tell you about the facilities the district authorities can provide for the starting of an industry or business and so on. This is an example of what kind of information a district information officer may provide. Marketing professionals, they provide demand and supply position. They provide information related to the demand and supply position of various products and services. They have information about the marketing trends, dynamic and sometimes volatile price situations of various commodities. They have information about the customer psychology, formidable competitors and potential buyers. Then viewers, you must be knowing about call centers, which are also information disseminators. Call centers have emerged as big disseminators of products and service information. Employees of the call centers contact the prospective customers through telephone and give them details about the products and services. It is like door-to-door dissemination of information, personalized, and hence the effect in many cases is highly rewarding. Many foreign concerns, especially American, are taking the help of call centers in India to advertise their products and services in America itself to cut cost of advertising radically. Thus, people in call centers are becoming knowledgeable about American products and services. Newsreaders are the best examples of information disseminators. However, from the gathering of the news to its broadcast, apart from newsreaders, there are reporters, cameramen, editors, and others who give final shape to the news before it is broadcast. Many of these people are good sources of information on current affairs. Then, a consultant is a professional who provides advice, usually on payment basis. There are various categories of consultants such as legal consultants, engineering consultants, consultant physician, and so on and so forth. In the case of litigation, usually people take the advice of a legal consultant. For setting up an air conditioning plant for an office building or cinema hall or a shopping mall, usually an architect or an engineer who is an expert in the matter is consulted. For different ailments, we consult a physician. In all cases, we are supposed to pay a fixed price to the consultants. Teachers, doctors, lawyers, and many others are also disseminators of information. Then we have information condensers. Often information needs to be condensed as per the requirement of the user. Suppose a minister has spoken about the information policy of a country for about an hour. A broadcasting agency is to report the speech of the minister in the news. Obviously, in 15-minute news, it is not possible to accommodate 1 hour-long speech of the minister. Hence, the editor has to put only the gist of the lecture in the news, which can be read, say, in a minute or less. Similarly, a researcher may like to have the gist of an article published in a foreign language to ensure whether or not the article will be of any use to him or her. For these jobs, we need persons who can condense the information. The persons are called abstractors. They know the art of abstracting, summarizing, gist making, and so on and so forth. Then we have information retrievers. In this category, we usually include those personnel who retrieve information on demand by searching reference books, databases, internet, etc. We call all these people reference librarians, database searchers, internet searchers. All these people are experts in their respective fields and are good sources of information in the sense that they know where the information is available and can search out the information on demand. Then there are information preservers. Man since time immemorial has been trying to preserve information by various means. Even today, man is discovering and inventing newer methods and media of preservation. These professionals are good sources of information about document preservation. Now, the previous slides talked about core information professionals. Now we have peripheral information professionals. In this category, we intend to include those who are usually not considered information professionals per se, but all of them are good sources of information. We have lawyers and doctors. Lawyers provide legal advice and counsel, research. They research, they gather information and evidence, they interpret laws for individuals present and argue cases in courts. Now, what do doctors do? Doctors diagnose and treat. How do they do that? They treat by listening, understanding, and then using their expertise. Teachers possess information on the subject they teach. They know about the books and journals on the subject, institutions where the subject is taught within the country. And what do experts do? An expert is a person who possesses sound knowledge on a subject, technique, etc. On many occasions, we need their help. For example, for appointing an information scientist in an organization, we set up an interview board comprising of experts. Then similarly, we have resource persons. A resource person enriches a program by virtue of his or her knowledge. He or she provides the main intellectual input to the course for which he or she is the resource person. He does that by delivering lectures and enriching others' lectures by his or her comments and suggestions. Then we have invisible college. In reality, invisible college is not a college in fact. It is an informal group of people who have similar or common research interest. They get together to discuss their research activities, results obtained, new areas that can be researched, etc. in a national and international conferences. Then we have common people who also serve as sources of information. They may be children. In many cases, the information given by an innocent child is considered highly trustworthy. During user survey of school libraries, the children of school provide all information required by an investigator. Then common people, we have head of a family, as you have seen, as you must be knowing, that during census operations, really, in fact, a head provides information with regard to the details of the family, with regard to details of all the members of the family. Village head is often sought by government officials to prepare a list of families falling below the poverty line. When house-to-house survey is not needed, the village head can provide the general information about the village. Then we have postman, who possesses information about every household and adult person of the area that falls under his or her jurisdiction. Then police has information about the law and order situation of the area which they serve, and also information about the households. They are aware about the criminals and criminal history of the area that falls under their jurisdiction. Then another source of information, biographers get a good deal of information from the police about celebrities who had spent some time in jail while fighting for freedom or any other cause. Information is usually obtained from such other human sources as parents, brothers, sons or daughters, friends, co-workers. Then in time of accident and disasters, for example, like Uttarakhand floods or COVID-19 pandemic, surveys are undertaken, poll prediction and opinion surveys. So in all these activities, in all these situations, common man serve as sources of information. So in today's presentation, we have talked about information professionals, we have talked about core information professionals whose responsibility, whose duty is to undertake activities related to information, who are supposed to generate information, gather information, synthesize and compile information. Then we have non-core information professionals, that means professionals who are not directly related to the profession of information, but they are a rich source of information. Then we have also talked about human sources. What is the difference between human sources and human resources? I hope, viewers, that you have benefited from this presentation. Thank you. Namaste.